mark it with the R, put it in the oven for Raymond and me. Yeah!
There's joy when you bring children into court. Even when you're talking about under difficult circumstances, seeing children skip into court and holding hands and their curiosity and their wonderment.
Now it's bedtime.
Judges now are requesting that all children come into court, but particularly babies, and some say, well, what can we tell by having a baby in the courtroom?
If you want to be effective as a judge, you have to start looking at trauma.
The child welfare system, as well-intentioned as it is, often ends up re-traumatizing young children. So the more that our judges, our caseworkers, our GALs understand about development, the better advocates they can be, the better observers they can be, and the less trauma that they're going to cause to children.
Your decisions are only as good as the data that you have coming in. The more information and the more accurate the information, the stronger and the more targeted your decision making.
All right, you ready? Ready to go get changed?
One of the things that you get from having young children in court is that you get to watch a lot of the nonverbal, the things that couldn't be reported. I just found observing them was just one more data point from my decision making.
Young children have a lot of ways that they're expressing their trauma if we are keen observers. The obvious ones are the challenging behaviors. Some kids externalize their trauma. They're hitting other kids, they're biting. Some kids pull their hair out. Other kids won't eat, or they have stomach aches, or they have nightmares.
Baby.
What we know is that when kids are stressed, their skills regress and they go back to some of that earlier behavior. Baby talk or crawling when they can walk. Any kind of skill regression is a big red flag of trauma. But other kids internalize their trauma. Babies can be depressed. They may not understand what's going on, but they can feel that something's about to happen. And so they stay very close to whoever their secure base is. And this is problematic because kids learn by exploring.
We had a very young baby, under 6 months. I marveled at what a good baby this was. The baby never cried, and I actually made the comment, oh, that's such a good baby. I didn't realize that that baby had been traumatized drastically. And afterwards, I had a conversation with one of the clinicians who came to just to give me a little bit of idea what trauma might look like in a young baby.
We had a baby who was pulling her eyelashes out whenever the mom came into the room. Although she couldn't tell us with her words, she could certainly tell us by her behaviors that it was really toxic when her mother was around.
No drinking the bath water, ma'am.
Even before children have the words to express their trauma or an event, trauma gets into the body, and the mind and body do not forget. And often the consequences show up many years later. We need to be very keen observers of young children because they don't have the words to tell us, you know, my emotional needs are not being met.
When you're talking about a young child, there should be a lot of affection. There should be a lot of hand-holding. A child that's close to a caregiver will kind of snuggle up to a leg, will want to sit on their lap. I would look for those kind of things to know that there was a strong bond of trust.
What we know about attachment is that it's about proximity and being close. We want to be close to the people that we love. There's this checking back in and refueling and getting a little bit of their security blanket and then going off and exploring.
We brought in all ages of children, even nonverbal or newborns, because I wanted to watch the bonding between the child and those caregivers that were around the child, whether it was the parents, the grandmother, the foster parent. When the child started to cry, I wanted to see who knew how to comfort that child.
When a child is distressed, it's one of the most revealing times of the relationship. And in a strong attachment, the baby will go to whoever usually comforts them.
Katarina, we don't throw things just because we're upset. All right.
Come here, little one. Come here.
In an attached relationship, you pick up a crying baby, you nurture them, you pat them, you reassure them that they're emotionally and physically safe.
All done?
Yeah, done.
You're all done?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back out and join us.
Raymond, you hurt your finger. How did you hurt your finger? Which one was it? Which one was it? It hurt? Show me.
Mommy, can I touch them?
Sure, most definitely. Remember what they're called?
I don't know.
Sunflowers. What does it feel like?
A dog.
It's soft.
Is this for me? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
And Mama.
You want me to have more? Why did I make more for you? You're gonna give them all to me?
You want kisses? You want tons of kisses? Kisses always make it better.
Here it is.
I made a star.
Years ago, we thought that babies didn't feel pain. They didn't even give babies anesthesia when they had surgery. Now we know from the brain science that babies' little brains are actively taking in everything, and they do remember. 80% of the brains develop by age 3, 90% by age 5. So we have this incredible opportunity in the first 5 years of life to build the brain. And the way we build the brain is by relationships and experiences. Attachment is a process that takes time. Attachment is built by daily routines, talking and reading and singing and feeding and bathing the baby. That's how we develop attachment.
Done, Mama.
You're done? You don't want any more?
Yeah, done.
One of the things we know that can reduce stress is to increase emotional safety. And the way we do that is to surround these kids by people they know and their security blankets and their favorite things.
Wow.
Did you guys do anything, work on anything fun today?
I just go to the picnic.
You guys had a picnic?
You guys had a picnic? Uh-huh.
By doing those routines, the baby begins to depend on that person. And when they depend on them, they have a preference for that person.
Thank you so much. Quality control check, please.
And then they become to rely on them.
Oh, do it again. Oh, that's pretty. Draw another heart.
Clean up, everybody, everywhere. Clean up, everybody, do your share.
It's really tough to separate kids from their trusted caregiver. And by not knowing that, you can really re-traumatize kids. And that's why early childhood court targets infants and toddlers, because we know we have the best chance for getting them on a healthy trajectory if we get to them in those first 3 years of life.
Hello, brother.
All right.
Right.
Here,
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Here, you get cozy. Thank you.
The system is very well-meaning, and yet there's not a lot of training for guardian ad litems, our case managers, or the people in the system to learn about developmental milestones.
Would you like me to help you open it, or can you do it? Okay, there's a little space right here.
We can either make the trauma worse or we can make it better. And we know that the solution is the relational health. It is the relationships of the judges to the clients, to the case managers, to the families, and ultimately to the parents, to the child.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round.
Some say, well, what can we tell by having a baby in the courtroom? And actually you can tell so much.
Over the course of working with children in court, pretty much all the stakeholders bought into the concept that we were better at our jobs because we had children in court. Every child has a little personality, and you want to get to know that little person and understand that little person and let them feel free to be themselves.
Building healthy relationships throughout the system is really the key to buffering the stress and changing the trajectory of the system.
What song do you want to hear?
Night night, baby. Love you.